here to do my prediction video for UFC Fight Night Brunson versus Jacare 2. Start at the bottom. The first fight is Austin Arnett versus Corey. Can't say this guy's last name, but these guys look pretty similar in the sense that they're both kind of good everywhere but not great anywhere. They both got striking, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu, but I'm going to go with Arnett just because I saw him on the Dana White looking for a fight. You know, it was a really good fight, really back and forth. He lost, but I feel like he showed that he's really solid. That was one of the best fights on that entire thing, and I think he's going to win by either knockout or submission in like the second round. So I'm picking Austin. Next we got Nico Price versus George Sullivan. And to me, George Sullivan's been super inactive and he's just been okay. I feel like Nico Price, you know, he was 3-0 before that one loss to the Brazilian dude who was really good. I think Nico Price is going to bounce back. I think that this is going to be a striking fight for as long as it lasts. And I think Nico's just going to eventually land the bigger shot and win by knockout. So I got Nico winning by either first or second round KO. Next is Vince Pichel versus Joaquin Silva, and this fight's really close just because Joaquin, both these guys haven't fought in a while, and I feel like they're very similar. They're both kind of strikers with like aggressive grappling. They have good top games, and they're really good at scrambling to their feet. I think Joaquin has got a little bit more heat in his hands, but I think Pichel is a little bit better of a striker overall technically. It's really close, but I'm going to go with Pichel. I think he's going to land the cleaner strikes and either win by decision or KO. This is probably the toughest fight in the card to call, but I'm going to go with Pichel. I say he wins by knockout. Next is Justine Kish versus Yi Yeon Kim. And G, her biggest weakness is that she's a little small for the weight, and I feel like really good wrestlers are kind of able to pin her down. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think Justine Kish is going to be able to kind of pin her down wherever she wants because she's a really tall and lanky chick. And I just feel like Justine's going to get a pretty one-sided decision. Next, we got Randa Marcos versus Juliana Lima. And to me, I feel like Juliana Lima, she's just okay. I mean, she's not great anywhere. She's just an average fighter. I feel like, to me, Randa Marcos has got a big advantage in the wrestling. I think Randa should be able to hit the takedowns whenever she wants and just stay on top of this chick. And I think Randa's going to either win by decision or submission. Next is Kathleen Kukijin versus Mara. And I can't say this chick's last name either. But I'm going to go with Kathleen. I feel like Mara, you know, she's just okay. She's primarily a jiu-jitsu chick, but I feel like Kathleen's got a big advantage everywhere. She's a much better striker without a doubt, and I feel like on the ground she should be able to keep up with Mara at least and eventually get back up to her feet. And I'm just going to say Kathleen wins by decision. Next we got Bersad Bektik versus Godofredo Pepe. And to me, Bersad just made one mistake against Darren Elkins, and that's what he kept on trying to take it to the ground when he should have just kept it standing. His striking was way better in that fight. He was able to light Darren up whenever they were striking. I feel like he needs to do the same in this fight. I feel like the only way he loses this fight is if he forces it to the ground and gives Pepe a chance to submit him. I feel like if this fight's just standing straight up, Bersad's going to have a huge advantage. I feel like Pepe's just got crazy flying shit, and unless he gets lucky and lands it, his striking's not that amazing. I feel like Bersad's just going to keep a solid boxing base and just light him up slowly and eventually win by knockout probably in the first round. Next we got Bobby Green versus Eric Koch. And this one, to me, Eric Koch, you know, he's just shown that he's not consistent. And, you know, Bobby Green's kind of on the downswing too. But I feel like Bobby Green, once he gets his boxing going, he should be able to light up Eric Koch. Unless Eric Koch can like finish him early with like a body kick or something, I feel like the longer this fight goes, the better it's going to be for Bobby Green. And I think sooner or later he's going to get in a boxing exchange and win by knockout. So I got Bobby Green by decision or KO in the late third. Sorry guys, I've been kind of sick. I got a sore throat if you can't hear it. Just a little coffee and crap. Alright. Next is Drew Dober versus Frank Camacho. And to me, this fight's really weird because I think these guys are dead even overall. I just think that Drew Dober's got the better conditioning. I think that Frank is a little bit more powerful in the early rounds, but I think he gasses. And I think this is going to be one of those fights where it's going to come down to the second round because I think Frank's going to win the first and Drew's going to win the third. And I think whoever just kind of ends up doing better in the second is going to end up winning this fight. And I'm going to go with Frank Camacho. I just feel like his jiu-jitsu and wrestling will be able to get him kind of some takedowns where he needs to in the second. And I think he survives the third. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think it's going to be a split decision, but I'm going to go with Frank. I think he's just going to slightly edge that second round. Next is Jordan Rinaldi versus Gregor Gillespie. And I feel like they're just trying to give Gregor one more win before they give him like a top 15 guy. I feel like he's shown that he basically is ready for the top 15. He's got really good striking, really good jiu-jitsu, and really good wrestling. I feel like Jordan Rinaldi, you know, he's primarily just a wrestler submission guy. I feel like striking, Gregor's going to have a big advantage. And on the ground, I mean, you never know. Jordan Rinaldi's a pretty big dude, so that could help him. But I just feel like Gregor's got too much power that it's not going to give him that big of an advantage. You know, I like Jordan Rinaldi. I just feel like Gregor, you know, at this point he's 10-0, and he's just looked too good against guys that are Rinaldi's level. And I feel like it's going to be the same like Gregor's last couple fights. I think it'll be close up until Gregor starts to really pour it on him. And then I think Gregor's going to get like a second round win by either knockout or submission. Next is Dennis Bermudez versus Andre Fili. And to me, I think these guys are pretty dead even everywhere. I think striking, jiu-jitsu, they're about even. I just think the one area where Dennis Bermudez has a big advantage is offensive wrestling and defensive wrestling. I think that Andre's going to have a hard time taking him down. And even if he does, I don't think he'll be able to hold him there. As where I think if Dennis can get Andre down, I think he's going to have... It'll still be hard for him to hold him down, but I think that he'll have a big advantage there. I think he'll be able to hold him down longer and land more ground and pound. And I just don't see Andre being able to get Dennis down that often. You never know. Like, Andre's striking could have gotten a lot better, but I doubt it. I think they're about even. He's just a little bit more tighter. I think, like I said, Dennis is just going to hit more takedowns and be on top longer and just get a better decision. Every round will be close, but I think he's going to edge them all and win 30-27 decision for Dennis Bermudez. And finally, we got Jacare Souza versus Derek Brunson. And Derek Brunson has clearly gone like significantly better than that first fight. But I feel like Jacare has also gone better. I feel like his wrestling's better and his striking's better. Like his striking compared to now to then is way better. Like I feel like he kind of just clipped Brunson with a big shot early. So both of them have gone equally better. And I still think that if this fight hits the ground in any way, shape, or form, Jacare is going to have a big advantage. And Derek Brunson has, you know, when the fight's not going his way, he shoots for takedowns. And I feel like if Jacare is able to land anything decent on the feet, Brunson's eventually going to go for a takedown. And I think when that happens, Jacare is going to win by submission. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think the fight's going to be pretty close up until one of these guys hurts each other. And I think eventually Jacare is going to get this to the ground somehow, whether he takes him down or he gets taken down. And once that happens, I think he's going to win by submission with like a guillotine or like a Kimura or something. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe.